Tyrantrum is arguably the best fossil deck in Standard right now. Considering that there's only 5 options though, and one of them is Auroras, the competition isn't exactly stiff like me after watching a For the Win video. The only reason we aren't seeing fossils more on PTCGL is this stupid thing. Fossils are items, but do shuts off items for free. And with the loss of Arven, you only have 2 supporter-based options to find fossils in Petrel and Drayton. Petrel sucks, only getting a fossil and no tool. Drayton, meanwhile, only looks at the top 7 cards of your deck, except he can get a Pokemon and a trainer. Both suck, yet one or both are necessary unless you want to go for Cypher Maniac's code breaking. Thankfully, after going through all this hassle, Tyrantrum is decent. 160 damage for a fighting and a colorless is fine, and it can even mill some cards along the way. What you really care about is the ability. If Tyrantrum has a special energy attached, which will most likely be Rocky Fighting, it goes from 180 hit points to 330. And thanks to Relicanth, it can copy Tyrunt's Get Angry, dealing 20 damage times the number of damage counters on itself. The problem is getting it up. Barbaracle jams up the deck, especially when you already need Lunatone and Solrock for card draw. But it is guaranteed acceleration. Neo Upper fully powers up a Tyrantrum, while Counter Gain allows you to just attach a single Rocky Fighting. The fact that Tyrantrum is a top 10 new deck from Perfect Order is laughable, but no one in Japan did anything with it, so there's plenty of room for whacking off. Believe it or not, this is actually a winnable matchup, especially with this type of start. Now, the question is, do I want to get the Lunatone Solrock combo going early? I think the answer is yes. Okay, we prized a Solrock, that's fine. None of these guys really matter. I mean, a Binacle would be good. I think I just Fighting Gong for an energy. How many air balloons do we got? We got 2. Legacy energy is the A-spec. I think I just attach to the Solrock, Lily's Determination, because I can very easily win this game. I think this is a decent matchup for us. That's actually really good. All right, so we'll go Binacle. And then probably just... How risky do I want to be? I mean, I guess I'll just go for the basic fighting. I shall Lunar Cycle. I do have to be a little careful here with my energy because there's not a ton of it in the deck. Ooh, that's not very good. Well, that's an end turn if I've ever seen one. If you're wondering why I'm starting this YouTube video so late, it's because they have been slow playing like crazy today. They have been, like, they have done nothing and it's been almost 3.5 minutes. So the situation here has definitely escalated. I think I just go directly into Tyrantrum. Hopefully I get it. Because I didn't prepare for this to happen. All right, so we'll put Fezandipiti down. Let's go Energy Retrieval. I know it's a little premature for that, but this way I can go Barbaracle. We're literally going to see 100,000 cards this turn. There's no way I don't get what I need. We're going to see 17,000 cards. I told you, we're going to get exactly what we need. I think it's just Fezandipiti time. Oh, wow. 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 It's like Minoko seeing Lune's feet for the first time. Wow. All right. This is a little interesting. This is a slightly interesting situation I find myself in. I think what I have to do is Lunatone away the basic fighting. There's a Tyrunt. Okay, so we have nothing happening next turn, but they need to get everything going, right? They need to have everything. I think this is a plus matchup. I know Never Gonna Let You Down mentioned that Tyrantrum's attack makes Porygon better. But the fact that if I can just hunt their Porygon, right? Most decks maybe only play a 2-2 line. There's Tarragon. We have the bosses. They have to get rid of 6 supporters from hand to knock out 1 Tyrantrum. They're going to take 1 prize. They're going to take 0 prizes on this one because I'll attach Legacy Energy. They'll probably target the Fezandipiti at some point thinking that's a good idea when in reality that's a terrible, terrible idea and they should never do that. Because this is what I always say. It's like, yes, Meowth and things like Fezandipiti in single prize decks are always liabilities. But the good news about playing a Fezandipiti or a Meowth in your single prize deck is that if they target that, they're not targeting your main attacker, which is a really big thing here. Mark just clapped the cheeks of a Mega Clefable. Man, that must be really fun to clap the cheeks of a Mega Clefable. There must be so much bouncing. With the free Decky Dewey deck. Yeah, Clefable is not good. Discarding energy is terrible for it. If you're facing a deck that has Decidueye or Crushing Hammer or the little baby Turtonator, you have to play more than 8 basic Psychic, but you have to play 4 Telepathic to get your basics, because you need to find, you know, Lily's Clefairy. You could play Poffin, but you just Telepathic fulfills 2 roles. Just like when Mistress Paddlebottom puts on a British accent and pretends to be for the win, it fulfills 2 different roles. All right, they have to get rid of their entire hand to knock out the Tyrantrum, and I am not going to do what I should be doing, which is discarding the Jaw Fossil to put in the Relicanth. But yeah, so turns out Tyrantrum is really good against other single prize decks. I probably should have guessed that that was going to happen, that it would be good against other single prize decks, but I wasn't, you know, 100% convinced. And I have the bosses. We're going to use the bosses now. They did waste a Night Stretcher. So they wasted a Night Stretcher, which means Trust Your Pilot is going to wreak some havoc. All I have to do to win this game is just target their Porygon. That's it. I target Porygon, I win. We are 0-2. I will keep a passive coin flip counter off the side here, because I have gone 0 for 2. I did have 3 heads flips in a row when I was off stream, but I think I went 5 times I had just 0 right off the bat, and then 1 time I had 3, and that's it. But the whole point of this deck is to get angry. And no, I don't have a version that leads into the mill aspect, because it's not guaranteed. Like, the thing with Wugtrio is that it was flip 3 coins, mill 3 for each heads. You were almost guaranteed to mill at least 3 cards, and you played things like Neutralization Zone, so if you hit all our stadiums, they were screwed. But Tyrantrum is just, it's so good. You might say it claps their cheeks so hard, it'll leave them dinosaur. Huh? It'll leave them dinosaur. But yeah, I'm really happy that this can beat off other single prize decks very easily. Because 330 hit points on a single prizer, that is difficult for Honchkrow. It also beats Alakazam. If you're wondering, how does it beat Alakazam? Well, you play 3 or 4 copies of Rocky. They typically play 2 Enhanced Hammer. So that's really cool, is that they play about 2 Enhanced Hammer. So you're just like, yeah, that's fine. I don't care. I have more Rocky Fighting than you have Enhanced Hammer. Okay. I think I just flipped the script, because if I get an energy, there's no way they can win, right? Ooh, there's Tarragon. But I can only get 2. I can get some thingy things. I think I just have to just Tarragon, as much as I don't necessarily want to here. I think Tarragon is just the safest bet. All right, so we'll put the Jaw Fossil down. As long as I can loop Tyrantrum, they have no shot of winning this game. And that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing, is just looping Tyrantrum. And if they do manage to knock out the Tyrantrum, oops, what's going to happen? You take 0 prizes and Fezandipiti. We're 0-3. Okay, I may have to get a coin flip counter going, because this is getting a little disappointing. So let's run through the math here. This deck beats Honchkrow. I think it's very easy to beat Honchkrow. If you can just get Tyrantrum up and running, you win. Did you get Tyrantrum up and running? Congratulations, you win. Because the only way that a Honchkrow... What the hell? Are they going to hammer in? The only way that a Honchkrow deck can beat Tyrantrum is with Porygon 2. But if you can somehow mill their Ignitions or mill their energies, or just, you know, target their Porygon. I only play 1 bosses, so it is kind of sucky in that aspect. Because at the last second, I took out a Prime Catcher, and I added in, I can't remember what I added in, but I added in something else. And just because Rocket Feathers forces them to discard supporters from hand, it's just so impossible for them to get it up at how much they need to. You know, you have to get rid of 6 supporters every single turn, but you also have to keep supporters in order to play the game. And this is the first time I've ever used Drayton for anything. This is the first time Drayton has ever been used by Trust Your Pilot, and it actually worked somehow. All right, let's, yeah, sure, I have the energy in hand, may as well attach it. Yeah, Manderson, that is the whole strategy with the deck, is because it has 3... We got 1, and there we go. We're 1-4 on heads flips and coin flips. What the hell is a Drayton? A card you kind of have to play in this deck. But you'll see a bunch of different lists. There's Hilda in some to find your energy, especially Neo Upper. But Get Angry does 20 damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. This thing has 330 hit points when you get a special energy on it. So you just put the Relicanth down, you copy Get Angry. Dragapult specifically hates that combo, but obviously Dragapult will have other ways to beat you off and it'll make you hate life. But I think between Solrock, knocking out a couple Badoo, if you can hit into them with a Solrock into the Dragapult, you can knock them out with Bloodmoon Ursaluna, and then you can maybe save a Tyrantrum. See, I told you they're going to go for the Fez, and that's a bad idea. Remember when I said there's going to be a point where they go for the Fezandipiti, and that's just a bad idea, because if they go for the Fezandipiti, that means they're not going for your attackers. I mean, they could go for Tyrunt, for all I know. And they went for Fezandipiti. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I want you to knock out the Fez. You have already lost the game because I have both of my attackers powered up. I mean, I just need a Tyrantrum, but I have both of my attackers powered up. You're knocking out the Fezandipiti. You have to count your opponent's prize cards for them. They realize that it's too late. Trust Your Pilot is too handsome. Luxurious Cape would have been the absolute GOAT, but luckily Luxurious Cape rotated, so Crustle isn't as bad. But don't let this game fool you. Tyrantrum is not as good as this game would make you think. It's just really good against the top 2 single prize decks in Honchkrow and Alakazam. Against multi-prize decks, well, we'll find out. I'm not entirely confident I can win this one, but I do have a Solrock, so that's good. I think it's worth it to attach the Rocky Fighting. I know it's not smart, but I don't really have a choice. I need to increase my chances of finding playable cards, because this is about to get real sketchy if I can't find an item. All right, if I can't find an item, do I just lose the game? Because we're knocking out their Badoo. I guess if they can't... Oh, hoo, 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 woo! All right. Yeah, Battle Cage has to go down. I guess we attract some customers because they'll probably have like an unfair stamp or something. Maybe they'll think Drayton is my only supporter and they won't judge me if they have it. But yeah, see, I told you it was worth it to Cosmic Beam, because if I didn't Cosmic Beam, or if I didn't attach the Rocky Fighting, we would be in the same situation where I just have to attach the Rocky Fighting. If I didn't attach the Rocky Fighting, we'd be in the same situation where I have to attach the Rocky Fighting. All right, this is absolutely a winnable matchup. The problem is this only has 60 hit points in a world where Dragapult does 60 damage, so you have to play Battle Cage and hope that they don't have Jamming Tower, but they always have Jamming Tower. And some of the abilities on the fossils are okay. I think there's one that's like increase their attack cost by 1 pip. But this one is just their attacks. What? Okay. What do we think that is? Do we think that's going to be a baby Frostlass or a Mega Frostlass? Because everyone in my deck has an ability. Oh, they had to put a Meowth down. And FM Boss? Yeah, Jellicent. We don't talk about Jellicent. A Glalie? Yeah, you'd think it would be the Mega, but it's also, like, it could be like a 2-2 line, like 2 Snorunt, 1 Baby, 1 Mega. That could 100% be it. But yeah, it's, and they, okay, it's the watch. Oh, wait. Oh my God, they freaking got it. How did they freaking get it? Okay, so we're about to lose a Solrock and a Jaw Fossil, and I don't have a way to make a comeback here. I have no way of making a comeback right now if they have a Psychic Energy, because I didn't get a Binacle down, because I didn't think they'd have it, but Dragapult always has it like that. And luckily, I have Psyduck, but again, that's not really going to save us here. There's Fezandipiti. Wow. Of course, if they whiffed the turn 1 attachment, we'd be fine. They didn't whiff the turn 1 attachment. This deck also, I think it only has 1 rare candy. Again, I messed up. Oh, God. Oh, no. Come on, Lily. Well, that's not great. I'm about to Tarragon for a basic fighting. Yeah, it shouldn't. I don't think it should. That would be my guesstimation here. Meanwhile, bad things are happening. I guess I just have to go Hilda for Tyrantrum and... Oh, yeah, I probably should have put Legacy Energy on there instead of that thingy. But it's too late. All right, so Fighting Gong for Binacle for sure. Because we have... Oh, I should have gone for a basic fighting. But we do know the Tyrantrum is surviving. That's one good thing, because they don't... Oh, the Binacle's getting knocked out. I was too focused on the wreaking havoc part. And, of course, we flip tails when we absolutely needed to get rid of a bunch of things. All right. So, the Binacle's dead. Binacle's dead. That's cool. That was my bad. And they just have everything they need. You know, this should be an okay matchup, right? Most of the time, if they are unable to get, you know, Unfair Stamp turn 2, Dust Noir, double me out, if they're unable to get everything, right? If I'm able to get one reprieve... Oh. Okay, did they just let me win the game? Okay. FM Boss, they would play Jamming Tower or Tool Scrapper. They would play Jamming Tower or Tool Scrapper. You'd rather play Neo Upper or something. All right, so let's go Lily's Determination. I can't put anything into play. I can't even put Fossil into play. I can't put this guy into play. I can put the Fez into play. But that's about all I can. Oh, no, wait. I win this game. Wait, did I just win this game? I think I just won this game. I think I just won this game. There is no shot that I just won this game. I think I just won this game. You don't know how, but I think I just won this game. And I haven't even been paying attention. YouTube audience, I'm sorry, because I had to look up the ruling about Watchtower and fossils. But I'm pretty sure I just won this game. And this is the most insane finish you're ever going to see. If they do not affect my hand, I have won this game. If they just hit into me with the Dragapult, I have won this game. I'm hoping... I don't think the Relicanth is prized. If all they do is just Dragapult and hit into me, I win the game. And this is amazing. And this is why I told everybody, if you're not playing it with the Tyrunt, if you're playing Rare Candy, you are not playing the deck properly. Rare Candy takes away the ability to get angry and throw a Temper Tyrantrum, and you can't get all up in there gutsy. Oh, please, please Phantom Dive. Please Phantom Dive. Oh, okay, there's a Duskull. That's bad. Oh, no, what if they see it? What if they see it? Oh, no, if they see it, I lose. If they know that I have Relicanth, maybe they don't see it. Maybe this is the first time they've ever faced Tyrantrum. They haven't watched my videos. Do it. Yes! 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 Oh, that's amazing. Oh, we got to give them a thumbs up for that one. Thumb right up your old butt right there. Thank you. We got the... Oh, I'm so worried it was prized. Oh, my goodness. How did I just win this game? Get angry for 400. How did I win that game? I have no idea, but that was the greatest game I've ever played in the history of my life, and I wasn't even paying attention half the time. See? That's the beauty of Pokemon cards. Sometimes you don't have to do anything and you can still win. Though they did bosses the Lunatone to knock out the Lunatone and the Binacle, which was very weird. And now they know never to wreak havoc. Don't let Trust Your Pilot wreak havoc because your toes are not safe. When's the last time you saw a Dragapult deck mulligan 3 times? Never happens like that. Okay, so as long as I can have a decent turn 1, I will win the game. Yeah, no Poffin, Latias start, no energy attachment. Who are you and what have you done to Dragapult? So I think we hold off on using anything. I just need Air Balloon energy and we can... Oh, goody. Well, only one of these cards potentially gets us a fossil. So it's going to have to be a Lily's. Imagine having a 10-card hand and you have to Lily's because you got nothing. Okay, we got one thing. That's fine. And let's go Pokepad for a Riolu. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm sorry, PTCGL. I'm sorry. Oh, yep. I thought something was missing when I looked at the deck earlier. You know, yeah, I knew something was up. I knew something was up when we were facing Dragapult and they didn't have a good turn one and they mulliganed 3 times. And it's because I prized both my Riolu. I originally had 3 in the list, and I'm like, I don't need 3. 2 is fine. You know, I could have prized 1 Riolu, 1 Lucario and been okay. Yeah, I'm gonna lose this game. Oh, geez. But we do know for a fact that this is a winnable matchup. I just have to be very careful. Okay, that's good. That's good. It's unfortunate, but it's good. Because I can still discard an energy. If I can just get an air balloon. Literally, the only card I need to win this matchup is an air balloon. If I get that, the game is over. So just give me an air balloon. That's it. Suck my butt clean off. All right, well, I mean, I am taking the knockout, but this might lose me the game. Honestly, I think this is the correct play. I know it seems weird, but I think this is the correct play. I hate it as much as you do, but you already know. I've played against Dragapult a million times. I'm nearing 12,000 games on this thing. You already know what would happen. I knock out the Badoo after, you know, retreating off the energy. They come up with a Dragapult. They do all the things. Yeah, they come up with a Dragapult. I was hoping they would have to, you know, Fezandipiti for it, but, you know, that's also cool. But maybe, oh my god. You know, you'd think a Dragapult that mulligans 3 times, starts Latias and Dreepy, you'd have a chance against, and then this happens. But I was hoping maybe I can masterfully bait them into Badooing one more time, and then that didn't happen. So now, I think I 100% lose the game. I don't think there's any way that I can win this game at this point. Oh, they can't read! Oh, they can slightly read. Damn it, they can slightly read. Okay, the only way we win this game is if they don't go Rare Candy Dusknoir. That is literally the only chance I have of winning, is if they don't go Rare Candy Dusknoir. There's a Morty's. Okay, so let's go. Oh, geez. Morty's for 3 or Tarragon for 3? Which makes more sense? Let's go. I mean, I think we just get rid of the Fez and the energy. I go for, yeah, we'll go for the Tyrunt, because I don't want to show them the Relicanth. But yeah, if they have Candy Dusknoir, I do lose the game, which is going to really suck. But if they don't have it, we win. So that's kind of what I'm banking on. And, you know, I got rid of the Fez because we can Night Stretcher it back. That's great. Okay, so we have the Jaw Fossil. We have the attachment. Is it worth it to go and get the Fez? I think the answer is no, because there's nothing I can get. It's just, if they don't have Candy Dusknoir, I win this game. Maybe we'll get rid of all their rare candy. Please, just be a rare candy. Please. Give me this. Oh, God. The most useless card. The most useless card we could have hit in that situation. For those of you wondering, I flipped 9 heads and 11 tails, so 9 out of 20 heads. Though it's a little skewed considering the Wreak Havoc is a flip until you get tails situation. What? That's good. Oh my god, there's no way. They don't have an Nature Cloak. They had to Lilies away an 8-card hand for 6. I think we just won the game. I think we may have just won the game. Unless we lose, then I don't win the game. But we have a Tyrunt. They can't Phantom Dive anyone on the bench. They have to Dusknoir somebody on the bench. Okay, bro. So this is great. I'm going to beat a Dragapult deck even when I prize both Riolu. That has never happened in the history of the world. So I should be very careful with my energy here. That's a Rocky Fighting. That's great. Don't care about you two. You two can suck my butt. All right, so then we go Lilies. We wreak some havoc. And there's another Fossil. No! Why would you concede? Oh, okay, so they saw the writing on the wall. They didn't have a Fezandipiti. I'm going to keep this in the YouTube video because I just absolutely destroyed a Dragapult player playing a Lucario deck when I prized all my Riolu, and that's the skill of a level 400 Prestige 4 PTCGL player. Garchomp is probably as close to an auto win as you can get, as long as you have a slightly playable hand. So naturally, I don't even have a marginally playable hand, but I can go Pokepad. I can get the Tatsugiri. The problem, of course, is that I think I just want to keep them item locked right now, because they might have to Pokepad, because they grabbed a bosses. We know they have a bosses in their hand. How do I know they have a bosses in their hand? I can't. Oh yeah, they Pokegeared for it. So if they have to Pokepad for a Gabite, that's really good for us. Oh, okay. Well, that play was even better. Yeah, but I don't want to waste. I wanted to save that for later, and then we got judged, so it actually worked out really, really well. It actually worked out beautifully. That could not have gone better, except for the fact that, I have Hilda again. Okay, so we have this guy, and I think we just go for the Rocky Fighting. So we'll go Rocky Fighting, we'll attach it to this guy. And now I think no, I can't get rid of the Relicanth. As much as I want to use Ultra Ball, I can't lose the Relicanth. I can't risk it. So in this situation, we just keep building up damage, because I don't think there's any way they can one-shot me, right? The only way they can one-shot me, yeah, see, I knew something like this was going to happen. They have to play this so weirdly. And there's another Badoo, but I don't actually want that. We just want to go for another Tyrunt. We just want to thin the deck. I can't put the Fez down. We're going to have to hope. Oh, God. Oh, no. You know what has to happen. You know what I must do. Something I swore I'd never do again. I have to rely on Tatsugiri to not lose this game. I have to rely on Tatsugiri to win this game. And nothing scares me more. I can't remember the meme, but that terrifies me. Having to rely on Tatsugiri. But prove the doubters wrong. Okay, I'm even going to Pokepad for Tyrantrum. We're going to thin the deck by a card. Everything is lined up for you to not fail me. Everything is lined up for you to actually work. And you actually worked. Thank you. Okay, so we go for the Tyrantrum. I'll put the Relicanth down, even though it's basically like a free prize. And they can probably read. But I don't think them reading is going to cost me the game. It's going to be if I don't find a freaking playable card to retreat my freaking... Oh, I can... oh, wow, I really got nothing. That is quite impressive. That I got the opposite of anything. I got absolutely nothing. So I think we just go Rocky Fighting on you. End turn. We could have gotten Switch, Double Air Balloon, or any of our 3 counter catcher. We had 6 cards that could have allowed me to attack that turn. Guess how many we got? Guess how many of those 6 cards off of a Lilies to 8? Yeah, they don't play Candy, but they can take a knockout of the Tatsugiri this turn, which is really bad. But I play 3 counter gain, 2 Air Balloon, and a Switch. Any one of those with that hand would have been perfect. But if all they do is Badoo this turn, we are so in there. It is so on like Donkey Kong, and I can even potentially take the knockout with Moltres. Now, the question is, do I Drayton? No, I can't. I can't Drayton, because Drayton would actually be really bad. But yeah, they can just take the knockout of the Tatsugiri with a Gabite. But if they show me a Gabite, that's really good. Right? I want them to retreat and attack with Gabite, because then that takes a Garchomp off the field. Yeah, I have to Morty's for 5, because if I want to attack with the Moltres and knock out their Badoo, this is a terrible idea. Oh, okay, never mind. They're going for the Badoo. All right. So they're just going to item lock me. Then I absolutely want a Morty's here. I believe I have 2 stretchers. There's a Pokepad. So let's get rid of... Yeah, I guess I just get rid of the Pokepad. Yeah, I'll save that. I'll believe in the heart of the cards for a minute. For 1 For 1 second, I'll believe in the heart of the cards. I got nothing. I didn't get energy. I didn't get anything. I didn't get an air balloon. I didn't get a counter gain. Yeah, see? See? The Tatsugiri got me more. The Tatsugiri got me more things. Okay, well, I'm going to put that there. Oh boy. Okay, so Moltres, come on down, because I want to at least threaten something here. Because you have to feel like they're maybe a little bit scared right now. Right? You have to think they're going to be a little scared. And I believe I have to hunt their Rose Raid. Right? Because Rose Raid is plus 30. It's not plus 20, as some people thought. If I go for the Rose Raid, then 260, 290. But they need 3. They would need 3 Rose Raid. And I'm not doing a ton of damage. And I can one-shot them if they're not careful. I just needed 1 turn. That's all I needed, was just like 1 turn of things going right. And PTCGL can't even do that for me. You can't even give me 1 turn of things going marginally okay. But I'm going to stop complaining. We're going to win this game. It is already, the fates have decreed that I will win this game because I'm the #1 Tyrantrum player in the world. Oh, God. And, you know, it's just because Morty and Drayton and everyone, even Lily's, has failed me. Okay. Take the KO. Wait, if they use a supporter? Oh, God. Yeah, go for my Tyrantrum. Go for my Tyrantrum. We're going for the Relicanth. Okay, that's interesting. I'm not sure I would have done that. Okay, so let's go for the one with the counter gain, because we don't know if I'll ever be in a situation where counter gain is active. So we go Tyrunt in the active, Pokepad for Tyrantrum. I don't need the Relicanth because guess what? I have another one. Guess what? You got rid of one. I got another one, bro. So I think it's worth putting the fire energy on the Moltres. Oh, probably just the Tatsugiri, actually. No, we got air balloons. We got air balloons. Let's go. Lily's Determination for 8. Because what could go wrong Lily's Determinationing for 8? Literally nothing. Okay. So we got the fossil. That's great. Fossils are still broken. I still haven't restarted the game. And then we go Wreak Havoc. I am out of range of Spiritomb. If they hit into my Tyrantrum, we're fine. Ooh. Ooh. If these are like Premium Power Pro, that'd be great. Oh, no. Uh-oh, they do play Premium Power Pro. This could be very bad for us. Because if they take the knockout this turn of this Tyrantrum, I do lose the game. If they go... Well, actually, they would have to attach a Fighting to the... Yeah, they would have had to attach a Fighting. Draconic Buster is very destructive. They keep going for the Relicanth. Okay. Okay. They keep going for the Relicanth, which is bad. Do I just sort of tank some hits now? Do I just try to... Oh, this is so rough. That is so smart by them. Also, the fact that they just were able to get back-to-back bosses. That's kind of unfair to me. I don't really appreciate that. So... This guy is in Baby Bloodmoon Ursaluna range, right? So if I go for the Rose Raid, I'm trying to think, like the Spiritomb's obviously a threat, but I think I have to bosses the Rose Raid with the energy on it. It's not ideal whatsoever. I fully understand that. That is not ideal. Yeah, we'll go get the Tyrunt because we apparently prized the Tyrantrum and... I wasted a night... Oh, I didn't waste a Night Stretcher early. Okay. No, this deck doesn't play basic fighting. Ah, man. Come on, bro. We're 11 for 25 on coin flips in this stream. And that's our first prize after they've taken 3. And I don't play Legacy Energy because I went with Neo Upper. This is a counter game Neo Upper build where you're supposed to play... You know, you have your switch, your 2 air balloon, your 3 counter gain... And, you know, at a certain point, you have to believe in the heart of the cards, right? Oh, God. But I can deck them out. If their strategy is just to Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon, I can deck them out. It's a very risky strategy if they try to go that way. I can deck you out. Joko? No, there's no way they have... Unfair Stamp is fine. As long as I can get a Night Stretcher, which I should have too. Crap. Crap, 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 crap. This was such a winnable matchup too. This was such a winnable matchup. Oh. Okay. Wait, what? I'm going to punt. You have to 3-shot me. You have to 3-shot all of my Tyrantrum. I'm probably going to have 3 Tyrantrum. You think your Cornerstone is going to... You had game and you threw it all away. You had game. You don't realize that I still mill you, do you? All right. Okay. Okay. All right, here we go. Do you think you can 3-shot 3 Tyrantrum before I can deck you out? I don't think you can. And, oh, they're seriously going for it. They are seriously going for it. This is going to be an interesting finale here. And yeah, I kind of have to bank on the fact that they only have 2 bosses. That's really going to be a very important piece of this puzzle, is I have to kind of bank on the fact that they only have 2 bosses. All right, all right. Oh, no. Fun fact, I also have a Maractus. So yeah, not going for this rose, not going for the unmoisturized one is kind of bad. Because I would have been able to bosses the Rose Raid and just sort of time them out from there, and we could have, Furfrued, and this would have been perfect to show off my Maractus and my Furfru. But they're thinning their own deck for me. You're thinning your deck for me. That's great. Keep doing that. You're playing Lilies? What are you doing, bro? I'm going to deck you out. Okay, okay. But you have to 3-shot me. Like, I know you can attack with Spiritomb at some point, but you have to 3-shot me. I don't know what their strat is, but it doesn't seem very good. And then, oh yeah, thanks. Thank you. Yes. The air balloon. Finally. Finally, we got a retreat card. All right. I think we got this one. This is going in the YouTube video. Win, loser. Oh, crap. Win, loser, draw. This is going in the YouTube video. Because I'm just like a Night Stretcher away from winning. Right? I can bosses the Rose Raid and Maractus, and that'll keep it trapped for a couple turns, like 4 turns, I think. A draw would be very impressive. Yeah, I don't think it's possible, but you never know. There's a fire. Okay. Yeah, we can wreak havoc. And they're about to knock out my Tyrantrum, which is very bad. But what if I just flip 11 heads in a row? What if I just flip 11 heads in a row? Oh, God, come on. So they finally take a knockout. I obviously have to play Hassle because I obviously can't put the Fez into play right now. Because we have to assume they're out of bosses. And we'll just go from there. So I'll Tatsugiri first. Because I'm going to need Night Stretcher. I think I played 2, maybe 3. All right. PTCGL thinks it's funny. PTCGL thinks it's real funny. All right, let's go. Night Stretcher for the Tyrantrum. Let's make them think that I don't got it like that. And yeah, we have to attach that there. Let's go Hassle. No, we don't want to play Judge. Playing Judge would be very bad. So we have Switch, Morty's, and I guess Ultra Ball. And watch me deck out first. Wouldn't that be hilarious if I decked out first? And I have the Switch now, so we can bounce between Tyrantrum. So I can kind of force them into an impossible situation. Come on. I know I can attack with the Moltres and knock it out in 2 turns with the Moltres. But I don't want to do that. I wanted to deck them out, and then PTCGL is just saying, nah, bro. PTCGL is just saying, nah, okay, that's cool. I can get rid of that. The Fire, the Ultra Ball, the Mortys, and the Fez. Oh, man. I wanted to flip coins, right? That's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to flip some coins, have some fun, deck them out, deck the halls, and PTCGL said, nah. You know what? Nah. You know, what if nah? All right, I'm going to have to bosses the... No, we got to save the bosses in case it comes down to it. Because I believe we can flip 8 heads before they knock out 2 Tyrantrum, right? Oh my god! We are 14 for 33 on heads flips. How is this happening? Tails always fails. I thought there was no chance. We were so easily going to win this one. Oh, man. Okay, there's the Battle Cage. Let's go Drayton. Let's get a Night Stretcher. Oh, cool. We prized our final Night Stretcher. Isn't that awesome? We prized our final Night Stretcher. But this is going to be great. This is going to be 7 heads in a row. I guarantee you 7 heads in a row. It's going to be the greatest moment you've ever seen in PTCG. Come on, dude. Come on. Just a moment. And then they got the lilies. I mean, it's still... Yeah. This is just so much fun. Yeah, and then they have the Garchomp. I know they have the Garchomp. Demolish. This could have been the greatest game I've ever played with this deck. And then PTCGL just said, nah. You know, their strategy of doing nothing bailed them out. Okay, hang on. Do they probably have another lilies, right? Oh, they're out of lilies. They're probably out of lilies and judge. So if I go switch into Maractus, Rocky Fighting. Wait, didn't I prize like all of my air balloon too? And then we get this guy. I think I'm out of resources. Because, yeah, we're out of everything. We're out of, I think, everything. But watch them have a switch. You know, I should have just believed in the heart of the cards. I do regret that. I should have just believed in the heart of the cards and the heart of the flips. I shouldn't have tried to do this. A miracle headset for... Oh, we got a fire energy. Okay, so I can retreat the Maractus if it comes down to it. So this is my strategy. We Maractus 2 more times, and then we flip 6 heads. It is that simple. We Maractus 2 more times, flip 6 heads. And also, they might be out of energy. That's another thing that we haven't accounted for, is they might just be out of energy. Which would be absolutely hilarious. I don't know why I'm not attaching the fire to the active. Okay, I'm going to attach the fire to the active so everyone can retreat. There's a Jaw Fossil, which I'm not going to put into play because PTCGL is so broken. All right, we're going to flip 5 heads. We're going to flip 5 heads. We're going to win the game. It's going to be the greatest victory in Tyrantrum history. And unfortunately, I do have to take a knockout with the Tyrantrum. But get ready. You're about to witness greatness, everybody. Get your toes crossed, clench your cheeks, lick your whatever. This is going to be 5 heads in a row, and I'm just going to win the greatest game ever with Tyrantrum. Oh, no. Are you? There's no way. There is no way. There was no way. Just one card. 1 card away from winning. Okay, but if they don't have a Premium Power Pro in their hand. Oh no, I got rid of a Rosary. They need 2 Premium Power Pro. Wait, they might not have it. They actually may not have it. I might actually... There's a judge. Oh, they have a judge. Are you kidding? They had a judge the entire time. Boo. Boo. They had a judge. They're going to Draconic Bust all over me. Well, what if we flip 6? What if we flip 6? You never thought about that one, did you? You never thought about what if we flip 6? You know, we got 4 last time. Here comes 5. And yeah, I kind of expected that one. We were one card away. Their spread of cards was diabolical. That is not fair. I played this perfectly. I think that's a great way to end the YouTube video. So Tyrantrum, it's not good. It is a top 10 new perfect order deck, which is very, very sad. I should have won that game. You go back to the very beginning of that game where I just couldn't find a switch, couldn't find an air balloon, couldn't find a counter gain. I had 6 total of those cards, and PTCGL just decided, you know what? You know, all that consistency you put in your deck, what if you just couldn't find it? And then, oh god, this game.